Finding comfortable stance in variation of hero pose, keeping weight on the knees and calves. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale into child's pose. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, thread the needle through. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, wrap arm around back. Arm back into child's pose. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle through. Inhale, left arm up. Wraps behind back. Exhale, arm comes down. Bring weight to all fours. Inhale, cow, chin reaches up, belly drops, hip rise. Exhale, coming into cat, pushing the earth away. Doing some spinal circles here. A couple more cat and cows on your own. Maybe doing some C shapes in the hips. Right ear to right hip, left ear to left hip. Back to hero pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to a T to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, arms to the left. Inhale, up. Arms cactus, slight back bend. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, right arm comes back up. Exhale, wrap arm behind back. Release back to the mat. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, thread the needle through. Inhale, left arm comes back up and wraps behind back. Arm unwraps. You come back to child's pose for just a moment, coming into all fours. Inhale, chin up into cow. Exhale, pushing the earth away. Maybe doing a couple of spinal circles here, making some C shapes with your back. Leaning forward, leaning back. Finding a stretch in the wrists. Find stillness on all fours. Left foot steps back, right foot steps back to plank. Right knee back to the mat, left knee back to the mat. Repeat this a couple more times. Really stabilize your core. Finding stillness in a plank, bringing the knees to the mat. Prepping for chaturanga, keeping knees on the mat, elbows close to the body. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, mini cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, full expression cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling the legs, adding some deep knee bends. If this feels good for you, we are still warming up the hamstrings. Find stillness in down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Keeping the hips squared towards your mat. Exhale, bend right knee and stack right hip over left hip, peeking under your left armpit at the toes. Inhale, bring right leg between palms into low lunge. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. Then bring your arms behind your back, your hands bind, and you are opening your heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bringing them down, twisting to the right, bringing left elbow to right knee. Inhale up. Exhale, arms plant down. Right foot comes back. Option to float the leg, lowering down into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. You are doing amazing. Inhale, left leg reaches up, keeping hips centered towards the mat. Bending left leg, stacking left hip over the right, peeking under your right armpit at your left toes. Inhale, bringing the left heel in between the palms onto the mat into low lunge, bringing right knee to the mat. Inhale, arms come up. Rather than dumping the weight into our hips, we are lifting up through our hands. Arms come behind you, hands hold each other, opening up your heart center. Inhale up, exhale halfway down, clipping right elbow to left knee. Inhale up, palms plant into the mat, stepping back into downward facing dog. Pedal the legs, add some deep knee bends. This is your practice. Lean forward as if you're going to plank and immediately bend the knees, pushing into the toes, leaning forward into a quick plank. Bend the knees, quick down dog, leaning forward into plank. Bend the knees, pushing into the toes for down dog. Back to plank, continuing this motion called spinal waves. Going with the flow of your body, starting to find stillness in down dog. Step, jump, or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms T to the right. Inhale, up. Arms T to the left. Inhale, up. Slight back bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Retain the breath. Step back into plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Using this time to really recharge the body. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. In discomfort is where we grow. You can hold it. You can do it. Walk, jump, or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms fall open to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, arms T to the left. Inhale, up. Slight back bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Retain the breath. Step back. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bringing your knees onto the mat as you sink back into child's pose. Left hand grabs right ankle, torso and right arm come up, leaning to the left, really feeling a stretch on the right hand side of the body, coming back down, left arm back to the mat. Right hand grabs right ankle, left arm and torso come up, leaning to the right. One hand side stretch variation. Exhale, come down. Right hand returns to the mat for child's pose. Left hand grabs left ankle, coming up to the left side, feeling that stretch. Exhale back down. Right hand reaches for right ankle. Stretch. Coming back down. An option to come to full camel pose. Otherwise, continue your one hand side stretch on each side. If you are in camel, breathe through it. Being gentle to your body. Coming into child's pose for just a moment, and you step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up, bending the knee, falling into rock star, pushing into three-legged downward dog, bringing right leg under the body to the left into fallen star, back to three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg plants between palms into crescent lunge, twisting right arms to a T. Center, bringing right arm forward, left foot rotates 90 degrees. Left hand, left thigh, right arm reaches up to peaceful warrior. Right arm and torso come down to extended side angle, left arms up, right fingers hovering over mat. Inhale, reach up, straighten and rotate right leg 90 degrees. Exhale, hinging at the hips as you lower down in Prasarita Padasana. Hands grab behind ankles or calves for a deeper stretch in. Lift right arm up in the air, thread the needle under left armpit, repeating this a couple times on your own. Finding stillness. Inhale, reach up. Side lunge to the right, Skandasana. Lunge to the other side. Twisting to the front. Left hand heel to the sky, right knee onto the mat. Left hand reaches for right ankle. Right hand floats up to the sky. Really finding a stretch here. Releasing the foot, hands cartwheel back down. Option to stay here or lowering forearms down into lizard pose. Tucking the right toes, pushing into the hands, straightening left leg as weight shifts into hips for half splits. Inhale. Exhale, falling deeper into the pose. Using this time to tell yourself you are capable, you are worthy, you are growing. Tucking in the right toes as you prepare to lift for warrior 3, bringing all the weight on the left foot. Your body should look like a T. Centering the hips, bringing the thigh and foot a little bit higher up, lifting the chest. Hands may be in prayer. Inhale, shifting the weight into tree. Right foot may come onto left calf, or you may bring it on the inside of your thigh. Keeping the bend in the knee, starting to rotate the knee inward, lifting the knee a little bit more up. Right hand may grab onto right knee and start to rotate it open, holding your balance here. Option to rotate knee inward, grab right toe with right fingers. Inhale, exhale, extend the leg out, rotating the leg open to the right as you gaze over to the left. Rotating the leg back inward, gently bringing right sole of the foot back to the mat. Maybe stepping out here, alleviating any cramps that may have arisen in the foot. Right arm rotates outward, bend right leg, right palm grabs inside of ankle. Inhale, left arm reaches up, knees aligned, hips squared. Exhale, charge forward. Go back to child's pose onto the mat. Taking a deep breath in your child's pose. Using this time to recharge your body for what is to come. You are doing amazing. Right hand grabs onto right ankle, left arm and torso come up as you lean to the right, maybe adding in a slight back bend. Exhale, coming down to the other side, repeating a couple more times on your own. That's enough. Coming back into your child's pose. Come onto all fours as you jump up into downward facing dog. Pedaling the legs if that feels right for you. Inhale, left leg comes up, bend the knee, falling until left sole of the foot catches you in rock star, pushing back into three-legged dog. Bring left leg under body to the right, right arm comes up into fallen star. Push back to three-legged dog, left leg plants between palms into crescent lunge, arms twist to the left into a T. Right foot rotates 90 degrees, right arm comes down to right thigh, left arm reaches up to peaceful warrior, left arm and torso come down to extended side angle. Left fingers hovering over mat. Inhale, reach up, straighten and rotate left leg 90 degrees. Exhale and hinge at the hips into a wide leg stretch. Hands behind calves for deeper stretch. Remembering to use our breath to guide us deeper into the posture, or maybe just to find strength and find comfort where we are. Both palms onto mat, lifting left arm up, threading the needle under right arm, repeating this motion a few times. Inhale, reach up with your arms. Exhale, forward fold. You can stay here or option the headstand by bringing forearms to the mat, elbows shoulder distance apart, hands cusped together, creating a basket. Place top of head in the basket. Engage upper body as you lift legs off of the floor, bringing both legs together. Breathing. Holding this for as long as you feel comfortable. Separating the legs again as you come down onto the mat. Inhale, reach up. If you'd like to attempt another headstand, now would be the time. Exhale, forward fold. Bringing forearms to the mat, shoulder distance apart, cusping your hands together, creating a basket, placing your head inside of the basket, engaging your upper body as you lift your legs off the floor, bringing your legs together. Engage your upper body, engage your core, find stillness. Separating the legs, bringing both feet to the mat. Inhale, reach up with your hands. Exhale, side lunge to the left. Inhale, lunge to the right. Come forward, left hand down, right arm peels up into revolve side angle. Left knee on mat, right arm reaches for bent left knee, left arm comes up. Pushing the weight up through our right heel. Arms cartwheel down, left ankle back to mat, forearms come down into lizard pose. Finding comfort in the discomfort. pushing into the hands, straightening the right leg as weight shifts into hips for half splits. Sinking a little bit deeper as you exhale onto your mat. Using this time to rest, recoup, and recover. Knowing that your body will thank you later for the active movements you are doing to either gain flexibility or loosen the hips, loosen the hamstrings. Tucking left toes as you prepare to push into warrior 3. So you're pushing off from toes. Hands can help you stabilize. Hands come to prayer. Left leg reaches higher up. Upper torso reaches a little bit higher. You should look like a T from the side. Shifting the weight up into tree. Left sole of the foot can be on right calf or on the inside of the thigh. Rotate knee inward, starting to bring the knee more up. Grabbing onto the knee with the left hand, pushing it out. Right arm reaches out. Otherwise, left fingers can reach for left toes. Exhale, straighten it out. Bringing it to the left hand side, gazing over to the right. Coming back to center, letting go of the foot. Feel free to step it out here. Bending the left knee, bringing both knees together. Rotating left arm outward, grabbing onto the left ankle. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, charge forward. Once you come out of this, head straight into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up, bringing the knee onto the mat into pigeon pose. You may stay here or option to try flying pigeon. Tuck left toes down, push into three-legged down dog. Bring right knee onto right elbow. Try and play with the balance, or if you feel like you need to get more comfortable, readjust and try again, bringing the right knee onto right elbow. Left hip on left elbow. Float the left leg in the air if you can. It's okay if you're just playing with it. Right leg back up to the sky. Right knee to left elbow, right hip to right elbow. Play with the balance. And it is okay if you don't get it on your first try, or maybe it's not in your practice. You do what feels good to your body. Maybe stretch the wrists here, get a drink of water. You are working so hard. Be prepared. We are going for round 2 on the other side. When you are ready, come into downward facing dog. Once you are in downward facing dog, your left leg is going to lift, and then you're going to bring left knee on top of left elbow, right hip on right elbow. Play with it. Try and balance. It is a practice after all. Coming back to the mat, three-legged dog. Bringing left knee to right elbow, left hip on left elbow. Lift right leg off of the mat and play with it. You may fall right out, and that's okay. I did. It is a practice. Rest in child's pose if you'd like. Maybe stretch the wrist. Be gentle with yourself. Rock back and forth. If you thought we were done, think again. We are going to prep for our crow pose. Pushing into downward facing dog. Right foot steps on the outside of right palm. Left foot steps on the outside of left palm. Hands come to prayer. Coming into a yogi squat. Ensure you have that straight line of energy from bottom of the spine, the tip of the head. Growing in this posture. You may stay here. If you would like to try a crow pose, hands come down onto the mat. Place elbows directly over the wrists. Knees are going to come behind the elbows on the triceps. Look forward. You never want to look down at your mat, or that's where you will fall. Gaze forward in the direction of your brows. Play with it. If you fell out and would like to try again, stack elbows over wrist, knees over the elbows on triceps. Maybe try one leg at a time. Play with it, doing what feels good for you. Looking up. To come out, gently place one foot on the mat at a time. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We won't stay here long. Go ahead and walk it through and sit on your bum. Getting into a comfortable position on your glutes. You're going to ensure you keep that straight line from bottom of the spine to the tip of the head, hands on the knees. Toes are hovering. If you'd like, you can place hands behind you on the mat, fingers towards glutes, lifting one leg at a time. So you switch and bend in the knees, maybe lowering down slightly, playing with it. It's your practice, but feel it in your core. Inhale, arms reach up, grabbing onto the ankles, then onto the toes. Straightening the legs, engaging the core, and separating the legs. Spine is straight. You are pulling on your toes to bring your heart center between your legs. Bringing the sole of the feet together and onto the mat. Left hand behind your back onto the mat, and you use your right arm to push down onto your right knee. Right hand behind you, using the left hand to push onto the left knee. Breathe deeply. Uncrossing the legs, bringing the sole of the feet on the mat, palms on the mat behind you, fingers facing the glutes, lifting up through the hips in reverse tabletop. Bringing the navel to the spine, engaging the core. Right leg comes up and hold. Keep the hips up. Right leg comes down, left leg lifts up, hips stay up. Release left leg to the mat, lie down on the mat, keep your knees bent. Right ankle comes up over left knee into figure 4. Your hands cactus to the side. Legs fall over to the left. You gaze to the right. Coming back to center. Knees then fall to the right and you gaze over to the left. Come back to center. Right sole of the foot comes back to the mat. Left ankle lifts, figure 4 over right knee, falling over to the right, gazing to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, falling to the other side, gazing to the right. Inhale back to center, left sole of the foot comes back to the mat. Legs straighten and lie flat. Arms come down to the side in your final resting position, Savasana. Palms face up, knees come together, toes fall apart. If this is not comfortable for you, bend the knees, separate the sole of the feet on each side of the mat, and bring the knees together. You should feel so proud of what you have accomplished. Every time you step on your mat, you are making a commitment to yourself to do some mindful movement, to explore your mind, body, and soul. When you believe in yourself, you are capable of anything. Continue lying down. Relax, recover, rejuvenate. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggling the toes, reaching the hands overhead as if you're just waking up, hugging the legs into your body, rocking from side to side until you eventually fall over to one side. Using your top arm to help push you up, coming into a seated position, taking one last inhale together as we reach our arms up. Exhale, hands at heart center. The light and divine in me honors the light and divine in you. Thank you for joining the practice. Namaste.